If you are a woman over 60, you are currently walking along the edge of one of the most dangerous traps in modern relationships. And the scariest part, almost nobody is warning you about it. It's not online scams, it's not strangers in dark alleys. It is something that looks safe, it looks romantic, it even looks practical. It is the decision to move in with a man. On the surface, it sounds harmless, right? Two adults sharing expenses, sharing space, keeping each other company in the golden years. But after decades as a male therapist working with women exactly your age, I have to tell you the hard truth. Moving in with the wrong man after 60 can cost you your peace, your health, your independence, and the home you spent a lifetime building. Today, I'm going to walk you through the 5 specific warning signs that appear long before the moving trucks show up. If you ignore these, you could find yourself in a situation that is impossible to escape. But if you learn them, especially the 5th one, you can protect your future. Let's start with the man who makes you feel like you finally stepped into a movie. Sign number 1. The love bombing phase lasts far too long. When you were younger, intense romance might have lasted a few weeks, but when a predatory man targets a senior woman, he can keep that fantasy going for 6 months, 9 months, even a year. Why? Because he knows you've been alone. He knows you are tired of being strong by yourself. Let me tell you about a woman named Patricia. She was a retired principal, widowed, living in a paid-off house. She met a man who did everything right for 8 solid months. Flowers, compliments, never raising his voice. He made her feel adored. At the 8-month mark, he started saying things like, "Why are we paying for 2 places? We could travel more if we combined our resources. It's just practical." It sounded logical, but what Patricia didn't see was that the perfect behavior wasn't love, it was a strategy. He needed her emotionally addicted before he showed his true face. The lesson? If a relationship has been perfect for a long time and you've never seen him frustrated, disappointed, or challenged, you aren't seeing a man. You are seeing a performance, and you do not move in with a performance. Now, if that first sign felt familiar, pay close attention to this next one. It usually happens right at the start. Sign number 2. He demands access to your life faster than he earns your trust. Healthy men respect pace. They know you have routines, grandchildren, hobbies, and a spiritual life. They give you space. The dangerous man? He tries to merge his life with yours at high speed. He talks about our future on the second date. He invites himself to your favorite cafe. He asks why you need a girls' night when you could be with him. It feels flattering, like passion, but it's actually data collection. I worked with a woman named Denise. Within 3 weeks of meeting a man, he was spending every evening at her place. He noticed when her pension arrived. He watched how she paid bills. Within 2 months, he said, "I might as well bring some boxes over. I'm here all the time anyway." Listen to me. That speed is not love. That is invasion dressed up as romance. If he gets irritated when you set a boundary or ask for alone time, that irritation is your biggest warning sign. This leads directly to sign number 3. This is where you can get financially exposed. He is strangely interested in your stability. He might not ask, "How much money do you have?" directly, but he will circle the question. He'll say things like, "You're so lucky to be secure, not like me starting over," or "I feel so safe in this house." Let's talk about Linda. She met a man at church, seemed kind, generous, but in every conversation, he mentioned how expensive rent was. He constantly complimented her home's size and the safe neighborhood. Eventually, he started making comments like, "You shouldn't be alone in a house this big. It's not safe." That wasn't concern, my friends. That was a sales pitch. When a man keeps steering the conversation toward your resources, your paid-off mortgage, or what you could do if you combined finances, understand this clearly. You are not being seen as a woman to be loved. You are being evaluated as an asset to be utilized. The fourth sign is subtle, but it tells you exactly what living with him will be like. Sign number 4. Your needs are too much, but his needs are urgent. Inside the relationship, you might notice that when you ask for something, like meeting your friends or slowing down, he sulks. He calls you distant. But when he needs something, you are expected to drop everything. If you feel this happening while you live apart, imagine what happens when he is in your kitchen every morning. Moving in with a man who subtly punishes you for having needs is like handing him the remote control to your nervous system. Every mood, every sigh, every silence becomes something you have to manage. That is not a partnership. That is psychological captivity. Now, I want you to take a breath, because this final sign is the one women resist the most. It has nothing to do with him and everything to do with you. Sign number 5. You are more afraid of being alone than you are of being unhappy. This is the trap that destroys more lives than the other 4 combined. If deep down your greatest fear isn't losing your money or your house, but your greatest fear is facing an empty room, then you are the perfect target for these men. When you are terrified of being alone, you will explain away the red flags. You will tell yourself, I can fix him, or at my age, I can't be too picky. You agree to move in not because it's wise, but because it feels safer than being solitary. But ask yourself, if you knew for a fact you could have a rich, happy, meaningful life without a man under your roof, would you still be moving him in? Here is the truth from a male therapist who has heard thousands of stories. It is far better to live alone in peace than to share a home with a man who drains you. Your home should be your sanctuary, not your prison. You have spent a lifetime building your independence. You do not owe any man access to that just because he brought you flowers. Protect your heart, protect your home, and remember, you are enough all by yourself.